Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something crucial for probably a lot of you listening. Working smarter in a small business.
Definitely. And specifically, we're looking at AI meeting assistants. Winston Trim did a recent exploration, and we're going to pull out the absolute essentials.
Right. The goal here is to understand how these tools, these AI assistants, can actually, change the game for your operations.
Exactly. Not just what they are, but the real leverage they offer. Quickly understanding how they save time, improve how teams talk, boost efficiency.
Without getting lost in all the tech jargon, we want you to see how you can use this. So where's the best place to start seeing that impact?
Let's kick off with the core problems these tools solve for small businesses. Winston Trim really emphasizes the hit on administrative tasks.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. Admin burden. If you're running lean, every hour spent not directly on clients or product is, well, painful.
Totally. And manual note-taking. Prime example. It eats up time. It's often, let's be honest, not perfectly accurate.
And it pulls key people away from, strategic thinking or selling.
Exactly. So AI assistants, they just automate that whole chunk. Real-time transcription, figuring out who said what.
Speaker identification, yeah.
And then generating summaries that actually capture the main points.
So picture this. Instead of someone spending, say, an hour writing up notes after a big call,
Yep.
the AI gives you a solid summary in, what, minutes?
Pretty much. That's a huge shift. Trim points out this frees up that person and others for the stuff that really moves the needle. Client work, product dev, marketing.
Things that actually grow the business.
Right. For small teams where everyone's juggling multiple roles, getting that time back is, well, he calls it a potential game changer.
Game changer. I like that. It really hits home for resource-strapped teams. Okay, so beyond just ditching manual notes, how do they help teams, communicate better?
That's maybe even more critical. Having accurate, detailed summaries means everyone's clear on decisions, on action items.
Even if they weren't actually in the meeting.
Especially then. It cuts down massively on those, oh, I thought you were handling that moments.
Ugh, yes, those are the worst. Costly, too.
Absolutely. It builds accountability. Plus, Trim mentions the searchable transcript thing. That creates this, organizational memory.
So you can quickly find that decision from 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Without digging through emails or old notes.
Exactly, or trying to remember who said what. It's powerful for project management, for just having a record. Long-term knowledge base, really.
Okay, that makes a ton of sense. An accessible archive. Now, I hear these tools can do more than just the basics of transcribing and summarizing.
They definitely can. And this is where Trim gets into some really interesting advanced features. Stuff that gives deeper insights.
Like sentiment analysis.
Yeah.
I saw that mentioned. What does that actually look like in practice?
So sentiment analysis is the AI trying to gauge the emotional tone, basically. Is the conversation positive, negative, neutral? For a small team, maybe you're discussing a tough deadline. Seeing the sentiment could give you a subtle read on team morale, maybe flag potential issues early.
Fascinating. Kind of like an emotional barometer for the meeting. Beyond just the words.
Sort of, yeah. And then there are the integrations with other tools. That's huge.
Right, like connecting to project management software.
Exactly. The AI can take an action item agreed on in the meeting.
Okay, Sarah will draft the proposal by Friday.
And automatically create that task in your Asana or Trello or whatever you use. Assign it to Sarah, set the deadline, boom.
Wow, okay. That closes the loop. No more manually copying things over, potentially making mistakes.
Right, just smooths out the workflow, speeds things up. So stepping back, Trim's point is that these AI tools let small businesses operate with an efficiency.
That maybe only bigger companies could afford before.
Pretty much. Focusing on what they do best, not getting bogged down, leveraging AI to punch above their weight, in a way.
Okay, this all sounds incredibly promising. But let's talk brass tacks. Cost. What's the deal with pricing for these AI assistants? Small business budgets are tight.
Super critical point. And the good news, Trim notes, is that many providers have free tiers. That's often the best place to start.
Free is good. But what are the catches? What limits should you expect?
Usually it's limits on transcription minutes per month. Like Otter.ai gives you about 300 free minutes,
Okay.
but only 30 minutes per meeting. Or storage space, Fireflies.ai gives 800 megs on their free plan.
So enough to try it out, see if the basic idea works for you.
Exactly. Get a feel for the accuracy, the summaries, see if it solves a real pain point. But yeah, the free plans usually stick to the core features.
So no fancy analytics or CRM integrations on the free ride.
Generally not. And sometimes limits on the number of meetings per month. Read.ai, for instance, gives you just 5 free transcripts. They're often geared more towards individual users, too.
Right, not full team features.
Although Fathom is mentioned as having a pretty generous free plan for individuals. And don't forget, if you're already paying for, say, Zoom or Microsoft Teams.
Check if they have built-in AI, like Zoom's AI Companion or Teams Copilot Pro.
Exactly. You might already have access to some features through subscriptions you already pay for. Worth checking.
Good tip. Okay, so what about stepping up to paid plans? What kind of money are we talking?
The usual model is per user, per month, often cheaper if you pay annually. The range Trim found is roughly $8 up to maybe $40 a month per user for standard plans.
Okay, $8 to $40 per person. And what extras do you typically get for that?
More minutes, definitely. Better AI, like more nuanced summaries, maybe analytics on who talked the most, AI chat features to ask questions about the meeting.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, more storage, better support, team management tools. And then there's enterprise pricing for bigger needs, specific security stuff, custom integrations, pay-as-you-go is less common.
So a whole ladder of options. Trim gives specific examples, right?
He does. Otter.ai starts paid around $8.33 a month. Fireflies.ai from about $10. Fathom's paid tier starts at $15. TLDDV at $18. Crisp, mostly for noise cancellation but with transcription, starts paid around $8. And Read.ai kicks in around $19.75 for paid.
That gives a good sense of the market. So if you're a small business owner listening, feeling maybe a bit overwhelmed, what's the core advice?
Start free. Trim really hammers this home. Try out the free versions of 2 or 3 tools that look promising.
Get your hands dirty.
Exactly. See how accurate the transcription really is for your meetings. See if the summaries are actually useful for your team. Check how easily it connects to the tools you already use.
Makes total sense. Test drive before you buy.
Yeah.
Low risk. Now, to make this even more real, Trim shares some case studies, right? Examples of actual small businesses.
Yeah, these really illustrate the difference. Take the freelance creative agency example.
Okay, what was life like for them before AI?
The project manager, who was also a designer, was syncing like 30 to 60 minutes after every single client meeting, just trying to get notes sorted, figure out action items, make sure the team knew what was up.
Oof. Yeah, probably missing things.
Oh, yeah. Details slipped through, caused delays, required extra follow-ups, just a bottleneck.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
So AI assistant comes in. What changes?
The AI joins their calls, transcribes everything, spits out summaries with clear action items and who owns them. The PM's review time dropped to like 5 or 10 minutes.
Wow, from an hour down to 10 minutes. That's huge.
Yeah.
What was the ripple effect?
Trim says it saved the PM 2-3 hours a week, time that went back into design, talking to clients, plus fewer missed actions meant faster projects, happier clients.
And maybe even capacity for more work.
Exactly. They could take on more without hiring, which directly hits the bottom line.
That's a really clear ROI. Okay, give us another one.
How about a consulting startup? All remote team, spread out. Their issue was communication consistency. Decisions made on calls weren't always captured well.
Leading to confusion, rework.
Yep. Duplicated effort, maybe some team friction, classic remote work challenges.
So how did AI help them?
They integrated an assistant with their video platform. Every meeting recorded, transcribed. AI summaries detailed the decisions, the tasks, who's doing what.
Creating that single source of truth.
Precisely. And the searchable transcripts became this central knowledge base. Accountability went way up. New hires could get up to speed faster by reviewing past meetings.
Fewer misunderstandings, fewer delays, smoother teamwork. Makes sense, especially for remote folks. One more. A different angle.
Sure, the online coaching business example. The coach struggled to give clients really good follow-up notes after sessions, relied too much on memory.
So the client didn't get a clear written takeaway.
Not consistently, no. Implementing an AI assistant meant the coach got full transcripts and, more importantly, concise summaries, highlighting goals, breakthroughs, action steps.
Which they could then just share directly with the client.
Exactly. Clients felt way more supported, saw more tangible value. Big win for client satisfaction and retention.
And for the coach.
Save tons of time on notes, allow them to take on more clients, maybe develop new programs. Plus, the transcripts became a resource for tracking client progress, refining their own methods.
Okay, these examples really drive home the value. Different businesses, similar themes, time savings, better communication, tangible results. Now, Trim also compares specific tools head-to-head, pros and cons. That seems super useful.
Yeah, very practical breakdown. Let's run through them quickly. Otter.ai.
Okay, Otter.
Pros: great accuracy, generally very user-friendly. Real-time transcription is slick, good search, integrates well, and that free tier is decent for individuals.
Without.
Free plan limits, minutes, and meeting length. Some grumbles about customer support sometimes. Advanced stuff is paid, mostly English support.
Got it. Good accuracy, easy to use, but watch the limits in language. What about Fireflies.ai?
Fireflies.
Lips.
Pros: lots of features, also good accuracy, tons of integrations. Big plus is multilingual support, like 60+ languages. Speaker recognition is solid. Free tier has unlimited transcription, decent storage.
This is good. Downsides.
Getting the really advanced features or more storage costs more. Mobile app, maybe not as strong as the web. And like any AI, occasional transcription hiccups, especially with bad audio.
Okay. Feature-packed, great languages, but potential cost creep and minor accuracy issues. Fathom. You mentioned the generous free plan.
Yep, huge pro. Unlimited recording transcription free, great for individuals or tiny teams. Real-time highlighting, quick summaries, good CRM focus, privacy-aware, easy sharing.
What's the catch with Fathom?
The bot joining the meeting is visible. Some people find that distracting or weird. Advanced analytics are paid. Some users report transcription isn't always perfect.
Right, the bot presence could be a factor.
TL or DV pros.
Really strong on video recording and playback. Highlighting, timestamping are good. AI summaries, speaker tags are solid. Integrates well with Slack, Notion, CRMs. Paid plans have sales coaching features.
Good for video-heavy teams, maybe sales. Cons for TLDV.
Also uses a bot that joins calls. Free plan limits AI chat and notes. Cloud-based, so needs internet. Some reports of UI lag sometimes. Bot again. Okay. Crisp, known for noise canceling.
That's the main pro. Excellent noise cancellation. Makes you sound professional. Easy to use, privacy-focused cause it processes locally.
But it's not really a full meeting assistant, right?
Exactly. Cons. It's primarily noise cancellation, not note-taking or summaries itself. Needs stable internet. Free version has daily minute caps. Might slow down older computers.
So great sound, but different category. Lastly, Read.ai.
Read.ai. Pros: real-time transcription, summaries with chapters and actions, speaker IDs, basic collaboration, AI search.
And the cons for Read.ai.
Free plan is very limited, just a few transcripts a month. Some users mentioned pricing wasn't super clear, concerns about the bot joining calls automatically, which feels a bit like a privacy issue for some. Customer support issues reported too. Team features may be less developed than others.
Okay, some potential red flags there to investigate. Wow, that's a fantastic rundown. So boiling it all down, what are the absolute key things a small business needs to think about when choosing?
Trim highlights a few must-ask questions. First, what do you really need? Just transcription, or the summaries and action items too? Second, how crucial is top-tier accuracy for you?
Budget, obviously.
Huge factor. Then, integrations, how well does it need to play with your CRM, your project tools? And finally, privacy, are you okay with cloud processing or do you prefer local?
And the best way to figure all that out for your business.
Try before you buy. Trim keeps coming back to it. Use those free trials or free tiers. Get hands-on with a couple of options. That's the only way to know for sure what fits your specific workflow and needs.
Makes perfect sense. So, wrapping up our deep dive here, what's the main message listeners should take away from Winston Trim's look at AI meeting assistants?
The core takeaway is just how powerful these tools can be for small businesses. They automate the grunt work, sharpen communication, unlock insights. It's about efficiency and growth.
And the next step for you, listening, is to really think about which features, which price point make sense for your situation. Explore those free options.
Definitely. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. As this AI tech keeps getting better, faster, how might tools like these change more than just meetings? How could they reshape collaboration, knowledge management, maybe even decision-making across the board in the future?
Yeah. Something to ponder. It's moving fast.